Okay, today I'm going to show you how to start a new post using the WUpedia pattern. So to start off with, we're on the WUpedia site and we're looking at the posts page. So we're going to click Add New Post. And so first off, you get this blank document. You could start from nothing, but we have a pattern for you to use to make things easier. So you're going to click on this blue plus sign at the top. This shows you different patterns, different blocks, different media that you can use on your entry. We're going to go to Patterns, and we're looking at My Patterns. There's only one pattern set up in the website so far, but if there are more, look for WUpedia Post Pattern. It's going to tell you to drag and drop, but you can just click on it and it will appear on your post. I'm going to close out this side menu, and on this floating menu right here, click these three dots and click Detach. What that has done has been to create a new version of this post so that you can alter this and it won't change the original pattern. So we're gonna call this something like test post. You can update your name. So I'm gonna say it's written by Sarah. And right here, this is just a model of what a post can look like. You don't have to use this. If you don't have a quote, for example, or you're not quite sure about your text, click on these three horizontal lines on the top, the document overview, and it gives you a list of the different blocks on the page. So let's say I don't want to use this highlighted quote. I'm going to click on that quote block, and I can either scroll down to delete, or I can even just click on a block and hit backspace, and it'll delete it for me. So let's say I want to add an image in between this text. With WUpedia, because this is an archive project, we are using the archival images in the IIIF framework, the way they're saved online. So I'm going to go add an image. So I'm going to click on that blue block. You can see my cursor is right there. This is where I want to add an image. Click on the blue plus. And because we're using the IIIF framework, we're going to have to use custom HTML. So I'm going to search for HTML. And here we have the custom HTML block. I'm going to click on that, and I get the field right here. So let's go to the object that I want to embed, this 1939 Glee program. So we want to click on the three dots on the viewer, and then we're going to choose Share. And it gives you a lot of different ways to share. We want to choose the 800 by 600 iframe to embed. Iframe is the name of the viewer frame. The code is right here. So as long as you have the 800 by 600 selected, just click copy, and then we go back to our post and we can click paste. And you can see it says HTML in preview. You can toggle over to preview, and there he is. Now the problem with this framework is that we can't wrap around it, and we can't wrap around any images, so it's just as well we can use this. We can zoom in, we can get all the archival information right there. But we want that viewer frame to be bigger. So click back to the HTML and look for this width tag right here. Right now it says 800 pixels. That's how wide it is. So we're going to change that to 100%, which when you go back to preview, shows you that now that takes up the whole width of the post, and that's a little nicer for our viewer. So we've started our post, we've embedded an image. You can also embed groups of images. Maybe you want to put two of them side by side. Let's embed another HTML block, and you're going to go to the LibGuide associated with WUpedia. You should have access to that. On the image page, I've put some code snippets there, and so you can just copy them and paste them. And so right now it's pre-populated with two images. You can see one of them, there's the URL there, and here is the second one. So if we preview, we can see it's two more of these Glee programs. Let's say we want to change this second one to this bear cat up here. So to do that, we have to go back to our object, and to find something called a manifest, we're going to click on the hamburger menu, these three horizontal lines, and we're going to scroll down until we see IIIF manifest. So copy that URL right there, and then go back to your post, and we're going to change our second object. So I'm just highlighting this second manifest right there. I'm going to paste my own, and now when I preview, you can see that we've changed it. Now this is a nice feature because you can look at two things side by side. If the viewer wants to read the program, they can actually click on this and look at the gallery and then click through pages. And it's just a really nice option for us as an archive to give people this information. The LibGuide also gives you code for putting 4 objects in a block. I'll just paste that so you can see what it would look like. Once again, we're going to place our cursor, click on that block. I'm going back to the LibGuide, and you'll see in the LibGuide that it's pre-populated with 4 objects, and it's been highlighted so you can see that more clearly. This is our first manifest right here, and you can see it's separated by a comma. That has to be there. Here's our second object, another followed by a comma. Here's the third object, and then here's the fourth object. The fourth object does not have a comma after it, but it does have those quotation marks. So as long as you're just copying and pasting directly from the LibGuide, you won't have to do any of that. If you click preview and nothing shows up, it might mean that you're missing this second ending iframe tag. So just make sure you copy the whole code snippet from that page. So you can see this is what a group of 4 looks like. I wouldn't recommend inserting more than 4 objects into one of these iframes because then it just gets really small for our viewers, and we want this to be easy for them to look at. But there are good times when maybe you want 2 things side by side or a little bit more of a gallery. Now, when you're ready, when you're finished with your post, don't forget to save your draft. You don't have to publish it though, we'll take care of that.